Prince Obina was born into power. His royal family ruled the city of Aziyama, and their name carried weight across the land. He grew up with wealth, respect, and strong royal traditions all around him. He was not just a prince, he was the chosen heir, groomed from birth, taught to lead, and above all, trained to obey the sacred rules of the royal bloodline. One rule stood above the rest. A prince must never lie with a woman who is not of royal blood. Breaking that law meant one thing: the crown would be taken away. Obina was a disciplined prince. Unlike others his age, he didn't chase women or fame. He followed traditions with pride. He wasn't perfect, but he tried his best to honor the royal name, until one trip changed his life forever. He traveled to Dubai for a cultural leadership event. It was official, formal, and filled with royals from across the world. On his final night, he stepped out to relax. Just one night to breathe, away from palace eyes. At a quiet rooftop lounge, he met her, Ariel, soft-spoken, elegant, not flashy or loud. She seemed different. They talked over drinks, nothing deep, just small laughs and polite conversation. The night felt innocent, until it didn't. Obina suddenly felt dizzy. His head spun. His eyes grew heavy. He stood up to leave but stumbled. Ariel gently offered to help him back to his room. He woke up the next morning in a strange bed, his head pounding, his shirt on the floor, and Ariel lying beside him. He sat up, confused. "Wait, what happened?" he asked in confusion. Ariel turned to him with a calm expression and said, "What does it look like?" "We made love," she said calmly. Obina's heart dropped. "What? That's not true. You must be joking. How? How did this happen?" he shouted in panic. He stood up quickly, grabbed his clothes, and rushed out of the room. His mind raced. How did this happen? He had never broken the royal rule before. Never. He didn't contact her. He didn't tell anyone. He just went back to Aziyama and kept quiet, carrying shame in his chest. 3 months later, she showed up at the palace. No warning, no drama, just standing at the gates, calmly requesting to see Prince Obina. The queen was furious. The guards were confused. The elders rushed in. Obina came down slowly and froze. It was Ariel, and this time, she was pregnant. She looked straight at him and said, "This child is yours," she said softly but firmly. The palace exploded with shock. The queen mother nearly collapsed. The council elders began shouting in disbelief. Obina stood silent, heartbroken. He didn't deny it. He couldn't. The moment he broke the tradition, the crown was no longer his. The royal law was clear. He had lost the throne. The queen was humiliated. The council announced a new heir would be chosen. People outside whispered about shame, scandal, and a prince who failed. But Obina didn't run away. He took full responsibility. He supported Ariel. He stayed close during the pregnancy, even as the palace doors closed on him. He had no crown, but he had something else: his name, his child, and his quiet dignity. Ariel, too, stayed calm. She didn't try to enter the palace. She didn't go to the press. She simply raised her child and watched Obina's quiet loyalty. And slowly, something changed in her. She saw that he didn't abandon her. He didn't call her names. He didn't disgrace her, even though he had every reason to hate her. And one evening, months after the baby was born, she told him the truth. She had been paid to trap him. A man, his own cousin, someone from within the royal circle, had arranged it all. The drinks, the hotel, the setup. They had planned to destroy Obina's future, so another bloodline could take the throne. Tears fell from Ariel's eyes as she confessed, "I didn't know what I was getting into. I was promised money, nothing more. But I never thought I'd fall in love with the man I was sent to destroy," she said tearfully. Obina didn't say a word. He simply nodded and walked away, heart heavy, but strangely at peace. He did not love her. In fact, he disliked her for what she had done. But he took care of their daughter, fully, lovingly, without bitterness. The only person who fell in love was Ariel. When the truth reached the Queen Mother and the Royal Council, they called a private gathering. They had seen Obina's change, his humility, his strength. He had lost the crown, but he had gained the people's respect. He had lost his position, but proved he was worthy of it. In a rare royal ceremony, the elders knelt before him. The queen, with tears in her eyes, said, "You broke a law, but you rose like a king." And slowly, they placed the crown back on his head. The boy who was trapped became the man who forgave. The prince who fell returned stronger than before, and the woman sent to ruin him was left to live with the guilt of what she did. What began as a royal mistake was destiny in disguise,